Yes, sir.
All right, it's November 4th, 5:45 PM, and we are gonna call this Finance Council meeting or committee meeting to order. Present are council members Barker, Cots, Shute, Hauser, and Marmy. First item, the unappropriated balance sits at $947,276. And the balance of the budget stabilization fund is at $620,176. First item on the agenda is a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor of the city of Newark to prepare and submit applications to the Ohio Department of Public Safety for fiscal year 2025 body worn camera grant funding.
This grant does not require a match. At the present time, the law director's office is putting together a proposal to help that office with their body worn camera responsibilities.
Motion. Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Any questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, send this on the full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $68,906.25.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, we have the disappropriation, then the appropriation.
Oh, yeah, it is disappropriation.
What is, we're putting together our funding model to build a new tower on Horns Hill. So there's several items tonight that I'll be asking to move some money around. And then later, we're moving all the money into the capital improvements fund, which will do more appropriation for. And this is just a portion of funds. But this first disappropriation comes from a meeting that we had with Sean Grady and Lincoln County Commissioners. They're going to waive 2 of our quarterly payments, totaling approximately $136,000 as their share towards contribution to the tower, because they will hang antenna on the tower. They currently have in there. So this is the 4th quarter payment. And then we're going to waive the 1st quarter payment too, but so we're looking for a disappropriation that's in this year's budget, and then an appropriation, but the same.
Questions? Motion.
Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Further questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor send this on to full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Now we need the appropriation over to the OPT Capital Improvement Fund for $68,906. Motion by Barker. Second by Hauser. Questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor send this on to full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next is the disappropriation in the amount of $75,000.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Motion by Barker. Did I hear a second? Yes. Second by Hauser. Further questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor send this on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Now the appropriation for the same amount. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor send this on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next is the appropriation for the total amount of $200,000. Motion by Barker. Second by Hauser. Now, this is the last one. It's taking all those other three that we just did and moving this over into capital improvements. Any further questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next is an appropriation amount of $46,160. It's for the same tower.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Barker. Second by Hauser. Questions and or discussion?
Mr. Chair, after.
Sure.
Sir Turner, do you have an idea of what the total cost of the tower project is going to be?
We're pointing at about $1.2 million, but just for a little further information, like the county government, we met with the Newark school group. We're looking for a similar commitment from them. And we're meeting with Mark's Radio for some type of contractual agreement with them also. So we're putting the stack together and we're being received very well from all entities.
Great, thank you.
Any additional questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $120,332.23.
Yeah, this is, the recent settlement money for the One Ohio Fund for opioid remediation or health systems in the community. And we'd like to get this money appropriated, so we can pass it on to LMH for the Shepherdville program.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Barker. Second by Hauser. Questions and or comments? I'll make a comment. I think this is great that we're able to pass this through over to Licking Memorial Hospital to benefit the opioid crisis. And in addition to what has happened in the past, we are making corrections towards that. I think Licking Memorial has been good stewards of this money when we do pass it along, and I appreciate what they do and this administration. So.
Yeah, just a couple of quick comments. Yeah, I absolutely, I'll go to that. They're very appreciative of this. So you kind of understand there's multiple settlements going on here and they're staggered a little bit. So the number is in flux a little bit. I mean, it tends to go up a little bit because there's a new settlement. But once they have that settlement, then there's kind of a history moving forward, whether it's 15 years or 20 years or so. It's going to be different numbers you'll see as we go. But I think what we determined, probably a quarterly distribution might be appropriate right now. So that can work good. They'll be pleasantly surprised, I think, because it's good money doing good things.
Yeah, very good, thank you. Any additional? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of $11,000.
Thank you. Yeah, good.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is for, to pay for legal fees for personnel matters.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $50,000.
Thank you. This is to supplement the fire department's vehicle maintenance fund. The fund has been exhausted and it is extremely expensive to keep a fleet of fire engines in service.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $6,000.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Community Development was fortunate enough to apply for a lead grant through HUD. We were successful. Things are happening quickly. We are required to send a team down to Washington DC for training, mandatory training. We need some funds to do that. And so we haven't received our funds from HUD yet. So we need to come for this committee and make an appropriation for $6,000 from the unappropriated balance of the general fund in order for us to be compliant with this lead grant.
Offer motion.
Second. Motion by Hauser, second by Barker. Questions and or comments? I did talk to the director. This is just an advancement. Once we get the money, it does come back to our general fund, so we're just paying for it up front. So. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next is an appropriation amount of $6,000. This is to put it into travel and training from that OPT transfer.
Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Questions and or comments? So this is not an additional 6,000. It's just the 6,000 moved to one account and now we're moving it to a second account. Seeing none, all those in favor send us on the full council, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of $5,000.
This is another lead project that we currently have under construction. This is aside from the new lead grant. We're using our lead revolving loan funds. We never know how much we're going to use in a given year when we do our budget appropriation. So we just need another $5,000 in change orders that have come about from the project. And that's what we're asking to do here, is just move those from our RLF fund so we can get our bills paid.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Questions and or comments?
For making sure, is this one project or is this multiple projects?
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, one single family residence.
Got it. Thank you, Director.
Welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know the terms of the loan program for helping, citizens in our community.
Well, in this particular case, to use the lead funds, there has to be a medically documented case of an elevated blood level that exceeds the HUD level for them to get involved in our program. So we're very happy to be able to help them out.
And what is the charge to the public? To those persons that,
There's a mortgage done and it's forgivable in 3 years. That's the terms from HUD. Okay, you're welcome.
Very good. Any additional questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor send us on the full council, signify by saying aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of $25,000.
This request is to put money from our community development revolving loan fund. We need to finish out projects for the end of the year, and we think this will get us through December 31st.
Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor send us on the full council, signify by saying aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Director.
Thank you all very much.
Next item on the agenda, I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel issues dealing with negotiations with one of our unions. So,
Second.
motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Mr. Barker,
Yes.
Mr. Cost,
Yes.
Mr. Chu,
Yes.
Mr. Hauser,
Yes.
and I. Mr. Marmy is a yes also. So moving into executive session. Oh, who all needs to be here is the administration, water director's office, and all of council.